So if you're like me, you went to the Google Play Store, you went to the App Store, you saw a little advertisement for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. You're like, I like Star Wars. So you download it, you play it, you like it because it has the Coruscant Underworld Police.
I like this thing.
And you played a few more days, and then you realize there's a lot of stuff going on in this game. And at first, you may seem lost, you may seem confused, and in this video today, I'm going to provide, guess how many? A top 10 list, bet you didn't see that coming, of tools that every single person should have bookmarked either on their phone, your computer, or on your little pen and notepad to make you better at this game. And this will help beginner players as well as advanced players. I think a lot of you guys might have this stuff already bookmarked, but there might be a few things you don't know, and I highly recommend you check them out. So without further ado, let's get into it and talk about the number one thing that every single person should have written down somewhere, and that is swgh.gg. By golly, swgh.gg is seriously a must-have. If there's anything to take out of this video, it's to make sure you check out this website. There's a lot to go over. I'm not going to give a full breakdown of this, but essentially, the biggest takeaway from this is you can actually sync your account from the mobile game Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes to this website. It pulls in your roster information, and it shows you, for example, your collection score, how many characters you have, how many of them are 7-star, what's your current rank, and it shows you your progression of arena for the past however many days, 30 days it says, and it kind of even goes further by showing you, for example, your mods. This is kind of the biggest takeaway with swgh.gg is that it has a complete breakdown of mods that you equip the characters, and the biggest thing in the game is finding your fastest mods. So for example, just a quick little overview. Again, there's a lot of stuff going on in here, but it shows I have 466 mods, and that's a lot of stuff. I don't memorize every single one of my mods on all the characters that I have, but the cool thing is you can filter it to find out what is your fastest mod. So for example, you're looking for something with a high speed secondary. So you're going to click on speed, apply filter, and it's going to go and look at that, ladies and gentlemen. It organizes all of your mods by the fastest speed secondaries. As you see, my fastest speed secondary that is equipped on the character is plus 19 speed. So for example, if you're trying to make your arena team a lot more competitive, the number one thing I recommend to people is put your account in swgh.gg, go in here, find where your speed mods are, and from here you can start putting your best speed mods on your characters, because sometimes you don't even remember you might put a really good speed mod on a character you never use. So I highly recommend using swgh at least for this type of feature. But there's a lot of other stuff in here. For example, when you click on units, it can take you to the character page, and here it shows you the latest characters. And one of the biggest things is knowing what a character's stats are. Now, just really quick, we're going to go to Aayla Secura, and here it breaks down their speed, what their attacks are. It shows you pretty much every single little thing every time you upgrade an ability. And then the other big thing that a lot of people use is the meta report, and here it shows you what are the best characters being used right now, what are the most popular characters being used, and here it shows you the top 10 leaders at rank 1, and you keep going down further. It shows you the number 1 ranked squads right now that are all across Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Next up on this list is addressing in-game communication. One of the most important things in life in general is communicating. If you can't communicate, it's hard to get your ideas across, hard to work with other people, and the problem with Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes is that the in-game communication is pretty subpar. It's pretty bad. Even a swgh developer has stated in an interview with me that if they could fix something right now, it would be the in-game communication. But right now, we have to rely on third-party tools. So there's a lot of examples out there. For example, if you're trying to communicate with your shard mates or with your guild, there are apps such as Line, Slack, but by far the number one choice for game communication in general, even beyond Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, is Discord. I have a Discord server for my personal YouTube channel where I always update you when I put up videos. You guys always leave the most interesting emojis on there, and I have a communication thing where everyone, all my fans from all across the world can get together in this server, talk about the game, get tips from each other, and even beyond that, you can find the best Star Wars memes out there. If you find Star Wars memes on other channels, it comes from here. That's just a fact. I'm sorry to say that it's a fact. But even beyond it, there's a lot of other stuff out there, like even besides my Discord channel, which I'll leave a link down below. You can go, for example, if you're a big Empire fan, there's a Galactic Empire server where you can meet with other Galactic Empire fanatics, talk about what the best Empire teams are. Or even better, there's a Resistance server that I promoted a while ago, and in this Resistance server, there's a really great tool for helping you make sure you mod out your Resistance correctly. A lot of smart individuals who know a lot about the Resistance, so Discord is a fantastic tool to get more in line with the community, get in touch with the community, and learn a lot more about the game, or just have fun with other people out there. But the next thing up on our list kind of stems from my video regarding how to build a Rancor squad. One of my most popular videos. I'm glad you guys enjoyed that. And in that video, I showcased this website called the Roster Progress Indicator. But pretty much, if you remember the swgoh.gg website that I showed you, you can go ahead, if you created your account on there, go back here and type in your name that you made on there. So for example, my swgoh.gg name is ArnoldT101, and it tells you what the correct name is in case you get confused, and you click import data from swgoh.gg. And now on this page, if you're wondering what type of Rancor squads can I use to take on the Rancor raid, what kind of squads can I use to take on the AAT raid, what characters do I need for the legendary events, this site has it all. So I'm going to just scroll down, as you see, to kind of give you some examples of the Gamorrean captain phase. You keep going down, and it keeps showing you all these different types of teams, and it shows you, are they ready? No, I have my Geonosian soldier only at level 70 gear rate, so not highly recommended to use for the Rancor raid right now. And then here we have the heroic raid. So if you're into heroic raid with your guild, again, they give you a lot of different teams. The Zetas, what type of Zeta teams should you form? Again, a lot of great tools out there to figure out what teams you should be composing for these various raids. And then you get down to the legendary event. It shows you what characters are needed. For example, Thrawn, you need the Phoenix characters, and it shows you what level they are, what gear they are. And actually, with my Phoenix characters that I have here, I was able to get my 7-star Thrawn. So if you're trying to prepare for these legendary events, like for example Emperor Palpatine, you got a lot more options to figure out what team you want to use. So it shows you all the characters possible you can use for them, and if they're ready, if you have green bars all across the board, that character should be suitable to get Emperor Palpatine. But moving on now we got the Crouching Rancor application. It's a bit more basic looking, but it's got a lot of stuff. It's got a mod advisor on here. It kind of shows you all the various mod recommendations you should put on certain characters. If you're wondering, what mod should I put on this character? Well, this list will kind of give you some ideas. For example, Aayla Secura, they're recommending a critical damage set and a critical chance set, and it shows you the various mods you should consider for these various shapes. Like for Triangle, they're recommending critical chance, Circle, protection, cross, potency. So if you're wondering what mods to put on a character, Crouching Rancor app has a lot of different recommendations for figuring out what mods you should put on your characters. There's just a lot of stuff. I'm not going to go over every single thing, but as you see, quite a few things that you can do between calculators, toolbox, and even a minigame for Jawas in case you're having a hard time figuring out who is who. Please be Jawa Engineer. Yes! Next is one of my personal favorites. One of my most popular videos I ever made, or probably one of the most popular Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes videos of all time, comes down to my ranking table that I use. One of my things I'm known for is ranking characters on a table that keeps in mind a lot of things in the game. I'm going to make an updated video on my all characters ranked for 2018, so be sure to stay tuned for that. But one of the things I showcased in my old video is a website that a great follower of mine called Xerkos, I'm sorry if I butchered your name, man, but they went ahead and created a website that kind of constantly updated my table. I would get in touch with them, say, hey, let's update these characters. And on this website, you can go and always be sure you have the latest rankings from me personally and what I think that character is in the current state of the game. But that website has been recently upgraded by the same person. They've been working hard on this, and now we have a new website. And besides just focusing on me, we instead created a website where it's going to have more feedback than just mine in terms of ranking characters. And now the website is called swgohhub.com, and here you kind of see my ranking table. It's the same as always, recently updated, link down below in the description if you want to go check out my ranking table. And the cool thing is you can kind of update how you want to look for stuff. So let's say you're looking at Jawas, since we just talked about Jawas. How are they ranked in my table? As you see, they're pretty much all in the Padawan category, and I'll explain later on what the categories are in that ranking video. So it kind of shows you where that faction is. If you're trying to look for a particular faction, what's the best droids? As you see, R2-D2, BB-8, B2, and IPD are some of the best droids in the game right now. So it's got a great searching functionality. You can kind of narrow down the list a little bit, but even better, when you click on a character, it takes you to a page. And on this page, it kind of just gives you a brief breakdown. They're going to make this website even better down the road, but what we're trying to work on is integrating other people's ranking system in here. So you might know Cubs Fan Han. Cubs Fan Han has a top 15 list. He does roughly every month. And in here, if that character made Cubs Fan Han's list, for example, he will go ahead and add it to this website. And as you see, July 2017, General Kenobi was ranked #1. October 2017, he was ranked number 4, and just in December 2017, Cubs Fan ranked this character number 3, and then you see my ranking known as Grandmaster. We're going to work on improving this, perhaps add mobile gamers, top 10 list he does every single month, so again, we're going to integrate more people's feedback other than solely my opinion on a character. One thing I found recently on the internet was a farming priority list. One thing that people ask me is like, okay, what characters should I prioritize in farming? Should I farm them in this location or that location? Because some characters are on different ends of the game, and on this next website I'm going to show you, it breaks down where characters are and what characters should be prioritized over other locations. So here it is. This is just a Google document, nothing fancy, no fancy graphics or anything like that, but it gets down to the point. It's simple and it's easy to follow. All the farming locations in this game are put here. When you're looking for a character, you can find it here, and everything is even color coded for you. So for example, if you see purple, that character is only farmable in that location. So for example, Asajj Ventress, you can only farm them free to play through the arena shipments. But for example, there's multiple characters on different avenues. So here, if you see gray, it means non-optimal location, which means you shouldn't farm this character here, but it prefers the location to the left of this table. So for example, Zeb, you can get him in the guild event store, and you can see this is not really an ideal place to farm characters, but if you go to the left and look for Zeb once more, it'll show that you should probably farm Zeb out of the Galactic War shipments, which I 100% recommend on doing. So again, if you're looking for a character or you see a character in multiple places and you're like, oh my goodness, I don't know which character to farm in which location, check out this, and I definitely agree with pretty much all their recommendations on optimal farming locations. So again, link down below in the description. Check it out, bookmark it, you'll like it, especially you beginner players. This is a really great tool right here. Now this is going to be a 2-for-1 made by the same person. Unfortunately, I don't know their name. I've had this bookmarked for the longest time. It's a little bit outdated, but it still does the job. If you're just trying to quickly figure out how long is it going to take to farm a character out of Cantina, this is a great one to check out. Again, link down below for all this crazy stuff. But pretty much, let's say for example, right now I'm farming Sith Trooper. There's a lot of rumors about Darth Revan going around, and I'm not taking a risk with not farming the Sith Trooper. Right now, I have him at 5 stars. I want to give him the 7 stars just to be safe, and right now I'm 8 shards towards getting to 6 stars, and I think the battle, if I'm correct, it costs 16 energy. I could be wrong, I can't remember, but over here, you see that if I did no refreshes, it would take me 51 days to get the 7 stars. If I did 1 refresh, which costs 100 crystals, it'll take me about 30 days, and so on and so forth. Obviously, the more refresh you do, the faster it is to farm that character. So very simple. It's a great way to predict how long is it going to take to farm a character. If you're on a schedule, you know Emperor Palpatine's coming in X amount of weeks, you can predict how long do you have to farm that particular character all the way to 7 stars. Now, there's a close cousin to that website I just showed you. That previous website was solely for Cantina farming. Here we have an arena calculator. So when you get your arena currency every single day, you can purchase characters from the arena shipments. And same thing, if you're farming a character, you kind of want a rough idea of how long is it going to take. So the last 3 things are mostly social media related. So if you want to get a lot of information on Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, whether it's through people providing tips, more with videos, or probably typed up guides, one of the places to check out is Reddit. Only downside about Reddit, the community can sometimes be negative. They might not be the nicest people out there, but there are plenty of nice people in there that might be helpful. Sometimes you find leaked information out here, which you can't find really on other official avenues, such as the EA forums. But here, it's just a great thing. It's very nicely organized. You find the top posts for the day, and you can just kind of see some funny memes on here. It's just a website I recommend checking out once in a while if you're trying to find leaked information, or perhaps you're just trying to get some help. You can post something on here, and hopefully someone's nice enough to come around and kind of say, hey, yeah, do this, this, and that, and you should be a lot better. Now, this next resource is the official SWGOH forums, and this is the only first-party tool created by Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, Capital Games, Electronic Arts, whatever you want to call it. And here, it's mainly for direct access to official information. So here, you'll find official news from the development team. You'll find news regarding if there's something down at the game. They'll put it up here. But there's also, you know, a community aspect. There's a general discussion. You can click on general discussion and kind of see what the top posts are right now, what has the most views on here. And it's just there's a lot of information out there. And if you want to learn more about PvP, guild, character strategies, people like to post stuff on this forum. Main downside is it is highly regulated. It is highly censored. So a lot of things could get censored. Even if it's for little things, it could be weeded out. And you won't find, if you're looking for leaked information, there's almost no chance you're gonna find it on here. And the very last resource on this list is YouTube. You're using it this very second. You like the entertainment and you like to just kind of see someone do something. You like to hear someone talk to you. That's how I work. I'm a visual learner, and a lot of people enjoy just watching someone play, watching someone kind of give a lecture type of video, or just watching people have fun playing the game. YouTube is a great thing, and there's a lot of channels out there nowadays. It's much better than 2 years ago when almost no one was covering this game. Now we have a lot of big guys, we got a lot of small guys, and we got a lot of guys in between. So I'm going to try to link some of them down below, and even further, we have a Game Changers program for this game. Essentially, Electronic Arts finds some of the top content creators, essentially. We have people who create websites and kind of give like articles to read. They're in Game Changers program. For example, gamingfans.news. I'm sorry if I messed up your name there, but they're a group who just makes news articles that you can read and get guides on there. But also you see all the YouTube channels ranging from myself to other people who speak various languages or just other channels in general. But there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully this video was helpful. Again, a lot of information. I know that I'm going to leave a link down below for all this stuff in the video description. So if there's something you missed, something you want to check out, something you want to bookmark, check it out down below, and let me know in the comments if there's some other resources we should be keeping in mind, because the game is getting bigger than ever, and there's a lot of great third-party tools out there to make your experience a lot better for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. So thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like if you did enjoy this video, and subscribe so you're not missing a thing. And as always,
I'll be back. Ha! You did not gonna say that, did you?
That's what you always say.
I do?